yeah, Edu Boahene, former NSB, National Signal Bureau for Boss, and the Attorney General, Amayachana, Nwake Game. He is trying to distract the system. There's one thing I want to tell Ghanaians. Edu Boahene somehow said 960,000 of the funds I am accused of stealing were used to pay allowances of MPs on Defense and Interior Committee to facilitate passage of National Signal Bureau, in whose interests? Or say accusation accusation Attorney General, any allegations are enunti yede ne kwakọ gina court no obeso ka kire Ghana for say Edu Boahene be release memo every eyedien prison prison custody holding cell whatever you want to call it, or say what the memo about bontene now or the document be kan ho adan ya or say accusation accusing no sa accusation accusing nyina sika na yeso wia no or the emu bi atua nipa bi sika emomo passe bibi or parliament edema the NSB no heady. Now what I want to tell the Attorney General is simple. The Attorney General should just shoot. The Attorney General has made his case. The Attorney General needs to stick to his case. Whatever Edu Boahene and evidence or so, he should give it to his lawyer. At this point, Edu Boahene knows he's going to jail. His lawyer, who is Atachia, who is a former criminal, because Atachia sat at the Housing Department Ministry. He did a lot of deals. I exposed him with facts. Atachia to date, he could not answer those deals he was signing for NPP members. Atachia Seglebe Housing told us that some monies were missing and that he did not take the money and that it was his chief director at his ministry. To date, this Atachia, this criminal, this dark, black, devilish, action police criminal is this guy's lawyer. So you should know where he's coming from. Now they want to play mind games. And the mind games they want to play and say, they want to take people's mind from the main issue. They want to throw out a couple of unnecessary, baseless memo. Let me tell you, a memo cannot defend you in court. What the Attorney General is holding, the Ekuta Attorney General, the allegation the Attorney General has made, that is what you need to do, respond to. Now, I've seen the MPP people trying to make this conversation about some stupid memo this guy has released. The question here is, the memo the guy has released, does it answer the questions the Attorney General is posing to this guy? And the question I want to ask this guy, Edu Boahene, is simple. All the monies that you paid to the so-called people you said you paid when you were the head of NSB, who gave you the authorization to pay? Because that money is government money. Unless you want to tell me Kanda Pass signed it off for you to pay. Because if even the national security budget is not published, nobody can just go into the national security monies and just pick and start paying. So I want to ask Edu Boahene, we have heard you. You have a memo. You have paid some monies. Who gave you the authorization to pay those monies? Because if you had not paid those monies, those people wouldn't have gotten the money. Those people on the committee, I don't care about them. Because if the money wasn't available, they wouldn't get access to the money. So the question here is, did the people on the committee, did they pull a gun at you for you to go into government money, to go pick government money to pay them? Because the fact of the case is, all the allegations the Attorney General, Editor Wosono, you have deviated or moved away from the allegations. Now you are telling us your story. If you think you have a story, if you think you have defense, if you think you have facts to prove your case, we are not the ones you are supposed to show memo to. These are things that are supposed to be weapons that your lawyer will use in court. This should be a surprise to the Attorney General. But you know the reason why they are doing this? It is psychological. It is to divert the conversation. It is to cause for public sympathy. That is what they are doing. Now, so we say MPP for argument, as usual, they are criminals. So we say argument, almost say, Edu Boahene position na occupy a very sensitive position, a national security position. And he is not supposed to be going through this. That is the argument from the people who are on the sidelines telling us that they have integrity and credibility and that we should give them another nod to come to power. Abaina ba me ache Edu Boahene. Emma Abaina koye hwehwemu. At the end of the day, Attorney General file case at the court. The NPP now, omudi akwa we better office now owie sika no. Omu kacha say we should not follow the money. We should not try and prosecute this guy because a human guy we you know na a den na a national security job a very sensitive and that he handles sensitive information. Oh really? Sa kwa we case ya kan wasemi and they be I keep telling Ghana for sa asemu ya enkofo we kan eye Edu Boahene asemu no. They be make Ghana for NPP baba power be made 42 years and over. You know why? Because NPP for doing say ye Jimmy. We have short memories and John Mahama kachre Ghana for I was see making sure say ye kai nyoma. Now this story we are talking about NSB the same as NCA. They all are under a national security. Now the same MPP in 2017, 18, 19 who were calling Judge Cheba to jail the appointees and NCA then under NDC, you know. Today, these people are telling us, oh, Edu Boahene, or no see NSB, he falls under national security or was sensitive position. Now, the allegations and our case that the Attorney General has made against this criminal, are they similar to the NCA case? Yes. Judge Cheba jailed those people because Ophili say case na done in there were a lot of things that now this guy technically is working in the same agency na omomo NCA no eye. So why is it today that this guy has been caught? The Attorney General has conducted serious, thorough investigations. Why would the NPP make an argument to say, why is the Attorney General going after Edu Boahene, who used to be the head of NSB, because he handles sensitive position? Now look at this. Sensitive document. Now, these are the similarities between Edu Boahene case way and NCA for now. For what is the difference between that case and this case? Yakacha say NCA for more under NDC, you know, they did what? They did a lot of misappropriation of funds. They actually did some purchase and asset procurement, which was against the law, procurement breaches. They said a lot of things. Now, NCA for now MPP through Jacheba for Mujeli Omono. What is the difference between a Juma normal year and a Juma na Edu Boahene and the Olusujina court? But their argument is that we should not touch Edu Boahene. Edu Boahene could have sensitive information. Now, one of my NCA no, and I check Jacheba for Tina Kunyum, Ejeli Omo, and they could follow those instructions. No, not Sanko for no, were they not also in charge of sensitive documents? Kotodi and the budget. Look at the similarities in the two cases. Now, both NCA case, which that case you know about, Edu Boahene, Jacheba for Ejeli. NCA for now Moshe Edian, Moshe Mahama appointee. These are the similarities in the two cases. And remember, the NCA and the NSB, they all work under their national security. So who is making an argument to say Edu Boahene handles sensitive information, so we cannot prosecute Edu Boahene because he has put out some stupid memo? Now, both the NCA case and the Kwabena Edu Boahene's case involves allegation of financial misconduct within Ghana's security and regulatory institutions. So the two cases are similar. The charges na yadi abo Edu Boahene, it is not too different from the charges yadi bo NCA for na and Mahama ya appoint to Omana Ekufuado oba ya through Jacheba for no omujeli omono. Now, one, what were the charges and what are the similarities? Misappropriation of funds. Now, in both cases, officials were accused of diverting large sums of money for unauthorized purposes. In today's case, it's the same thing. Edu Boahene has diverted their funds through unauthorized purposes. NCA for no allegation to it was the same thing. You can say they have diverted funds to go do unauthorized things. Now it says Edu Boahene's allegation allegedly transferred $49 million $49 million for a National Signal Bureau, that is the NSB, to private accounts. While the NCA case involved officials misusing funds meant for cybersecurity infrastructure. What's the difference? Why didn't we tell Ghana for say time and a jelly NCA for, time and a Cheba for, a coup for the man instructions are all jelly NCA for. Why didn't we say those people had sensitive information and that we should not handle them like that? But I didn't MP before making cases say Boahene or NSB, they handle sensitive information. NSB and NCA are the same thing. They are all under national security. So nobody can make that argument. Anytime I can say, so stupid memo, no, the Attorney General should just give it a black eye and focus on the allegations against Boahene. Because even in his memos, he was not able to state or answer the allegations that is leveled or has been leveled against him. He has moved away from the allegations and now he is talking about a memo. This memo is not supposed to be for us. We don't care about Boahene's memo. We don't care about things he knows. The things he knows that he thinks can make his case better, he should give it to his lawyer. Because these are things that his lawyer needs to bring to court to prove that he is not guilty. So to throw these things out, psychologically, he wants to muddy the system. He wants to distract the system. He does not want the conversation to be about the allegations against him. He wants the conversation to be about his allegation that at the end of the day does not affect the Attorney General's allegations. So these are things we need to get right. Now look at the similarities. These are some of the similarities. The second similarity, a NCA case in 2017, Jelly, under John Mahama, and NSB, and under Boahene. This is the issue. National security implications. These are the similarities in the cases. Now, the accused in both cases justified their financial transactions as necessary for national security operations. Boahene's leaked memo claimed that funds were used for intelligence activities, including payments to MPs for passing security laws. Similarly, the NCA case involved contracts for surveillance and equipment. So why are you saying the NCA case, those people who were handling the same information and also those same people who were at the end of the day, the surveillance equipment we were saying were not right, the way they purchased and the way they used it. Why are we today saying Boahene, he handles sensitive information, so we should not talk about Boahene. We should allow Boahene to work, because if we don't stop him, he will spill the beans. He can spill the wache. Boahene can spill the wache. The question is, whatever you used government money to do, were you given the authorization, and who gave you the authorization? Unless it's Kandapa, who gave you the authorization to pay 930,000 and whatever you gave to some people? Unless you tell us who authorized you to do that. Because if somebody authorized you, then we need to bring that person, because you are not the boss of the national security. And the budget you are using falls under national security, meaning somebody has to sign for you to use that money to pay whoever you paid. Into this thing you are talking about, you need to give that memo to your Achim police lawyer. Because Atachia knows you are going to jail for over 30 years. He is trying to muddy the system. He is trying to distract the system. You can spill the wache. The beans is not enough. Add the rice to it and spill it. Because until you spill the whole wache, still, Salah will go on. If you want to destroy Salah, spill the wache and make sure the Salah stew too, you have spilled it. Until you spill the wache and the Salah stew, and also the cow meat, until you pour it in the gutter, Salah will still happen. Because Salah first is still at the corner. Now see some of the similarities. Similarities in Biniye. Political connections. Both cases had political undertones. Boahene's memo suggested that 8.3 million Ghana was spent on an opposition party selection coalition effort, raising concerns about political interference. The NCA case also involves officials with political ties. So how different is the NCA case from this Boahene case? Is the same. The difference that you are trying to create is that Boahene is putting memo out. I don't care about memo. I care about the allegations the Attorney General at the end of the day is putting before the court. Have you answered those allegations? And you are not supposed to answer to me. Your lawyer is supposed to guide you to answer those allegations so that you don't go to jail for 25 years.